Good afternoon. My name is Attorney Michelle Rayner, and along with Attorney Kelly McCabe and Attorney Benjamin Crump, we have the privilege of representing the McGlockton family. I have Michael McGlockton and Monica Moore Robinson, who are Markeis McGlockton's parents. Brittany Jacobs was unable to be here today. Today is little Markeis's first day of school, and since she no longer has a helpmate, everything kind of falls on her. But she did want me to let you know that she's very encouraged by today's turn of events. So I'm gonna make a brief statement. We're going to have Markeis's family just share. Attorney McCabe is going to give you a little bit of the technical part of the law, which is why we stand behind the state attorney's decision, and then we're going to take a few questions. Obviously, we are very encouraged by today's turn of events, especially in light of the sheriff's refusal to do the right thing initially. While we are very encouraged by what the state attorney has done and by, we believe, making the right decision, we understand that this is a very long road. This is a step among, a first step among many steps, and we have a long way to go. Our ultimate goal is a conviction in this case. We do stand behind the state attorney's decision to charge as manslaughter. We do believe it's the correct charge in order to sustain a conviction. Michael Draka, period point blank, is a cold-blooded murderer, and he took Markeis's life without a second thought. And we are so profoundly glad that the state attorney has decided to do the right thing and charge. At this point, it's a little bittersweet because, as I said, today was little Markeis's first day of school, and this is the first of many milestones in Mr. McGlockton's children's life that he will miss because of Michael Draka's actions and because essentially what we believe the stand your ground law that empowered him to do so. So I do know that Mike and Monica would like to say a few words, and then we'll bring Attorney McCabe up. Go ahead, Mike.
I just want to say for myself that I'm very happy that the state attorney did take a good look at the tape and made the correct decision on arresting Michael Draka. Again, I know this is going to be a long road, so we are up for the task, and we just hope for a good outcome at the end.
Yes, I'm glad also that the state attorney did decide to file charges, and I understand that this is a start, and I'm ready to fight.
And like I said, a lot of questions have come, well, why isn't it murder? Why isn't it first-degree murder, second-degree murder? Why is it manslaughter? Attorney Kelly McCabe, she's worked with us for a while and has been with us since the beginning, actually. And so she's going to break down just the technical aspect of manslaughter and why we do stand in agreement that this is the right charge in this matter. Attorney McCabe.
Yes, thank you. As we stated, we stand behind the decision that the state attorneys made in this case. I would say that they moved very swiftly. They acted fast. They went to the scene themselves once the case was turned over to them. They did their interviews, and they made the correct charging decision. The difference between second-degree murder and manslaughter: in second-degree murder, you have to have a depraved state of mind. This usually comes from those who know each other, and it's a situation where, you have ill will, hatred, spite, something evil intent there that is formed. There are many cases that have gone through the court system, and the state looked at those cases, and the case law says that essentially when you overreact in a situation that involves, injury or an attack, that is not forming depraved state of mind. And you have to form depraved state of mind in order to get a conviction for a second-degree murder. So I think that the state attorneys in this case that are assigned to the case, which is Scott Rosenwasser and Fred Schaub, they did the right thing in this case, and they chose the right charge. They didn't succumb to any pressure either way, to either overcharge or undercharge. They looked at the case law and the law that we have in Florida, and this case is a manslaughter charge. It's not going to be a second degree, though. With the gun enhancement, it takes manslaughter from a second degree up to a first-degree charge. So they will be able to get 30 years maximum on this charge. So again, we are very appreciative that the state moves so fast in this case, and I think it speaks very well that they did the right thing and moved very quickly to do so. Thank you.
So we are going to take a few questions, and I mean a few, and then we're going to cut y'all loose, okay? So,
Do you think that Reverend Al Sharpton coming here and you guys speaking out, do you think that made a difference, or you think this was strictly based on the tape?
I think it's a little bit of both. For the state attorneys that were looking at the case, and they're actually the assigned state attorneys, we both know very well that they do their job regardless if there's a tape or not, or if there's pressure. I do believe that there was pressure that was put on that pushed the sheriff, I will say, to make sure that this got into the hands of the state attorney sooner than later. But I do believe the assigned state attorneys did their job as they do their job in many other cases that they have.
In the Trayvon Martin case, the stand your ground defense held up in court. Why do you think this case would be different?
Well, I believe this case would be different because it's not a stand your ground case, and I think when you just look at the tape, you see Mr. McGlockton backing up. You see that there's this time that Michael Draca had the capacity to form that I didn't have to shoot. Also, you want to look at the fact that it's our position that Michael Draca was the initial aggressor in this situation. So I think that is something that differentiates that. And also in the Trayvon Martin case, there wasn't a video. It was just, you had a cell phone and you had George Zimmerman's word versus the ear witness. Here you have a tape that clearly shows that Markeis was backing up, that Michael Draca was the initial aggressor.
And if I may follow up, how do you account for the difference between the sheriff's initial response to this and what the state attorney is now saying?
Well, I can't speculate on what the sheriff's state of mind was. I mean, obviously he felt that it was a stand your ground matter and that he didn't need to be charged. The state attorneys who do this day in and day out, who try these kind of cases and who apply the law to the facts, decided that stand your ground was not applicable.
What do you have to say to the sheriff's office?
Just thank you for taking them in today. That's all I have to say.
I just have a question for his parents here. I mean, the last few weeks you guys have been kind of in limbo, waiting for something to happen. Can you just take me through what the last few weeks have been like, and then today when you found out that you've been charged, just what went through your mind?
When I first got the call, what happened, I didn't even know for sure that he was dead, but I just felt like he was gone. So I just been in, I guess, a daze because that was my baby. So the day when I heard that he was getting charged, I guess I could start healing. At least start.
Do you feel like this is the first step towards justice? I mean, it's going to be a long time just going through the whole process of...
Yes, I feel like it is a first step. And I feel like if he wouldn't have been charged, a lot of things would have happened differently, like the future. Like, say, for instance, if a child get in a fight at school, that means, they could just kill him. It's just different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could start a fight, you could start something, and just because someone react, you could just kill them. You could stand your ground. So now they know it could be consequences.
Next question. Yes, sir.
We're in this area familiar with the Curtis Reed case in Pasco County.
Yes.
And it's gone on for
Years.
3 years.
3.
now.
Not going to happen here.
Yeah.
You had mentioned the family understands this is the first step in a long process.
Correct.
What happens if it's that long?
I don't believe that's going to happen here. I mean, I think with the swift decision that was made, I think also, and obviously I can't speak on behalf of Mr. McCabe, but I think it's clear to see that with the swift decision that was made, that they're going to move this case along. they are committed to the charging decision that they made. So I don't think that what we're seeing in the theatrics that we're seeing in the Curtis Reeves case, I don't believe that that will happen here. And normally that doesn't happen in this county.
And I think that you have a lot of different players in each situation and things that are going on. Some cases, there's situations where defense attorneys are changing and, you know, things like that are going on. I'm being told to get closer to the mic.
Yes.
Where, and judges, different judges have different styles. This case has been assigned to Division D, which is Judge Ballone, and he's known to be very efficient and move his cases along, and I think he will do so in this case. And I think you have two prosecutors, like I said, that made a swift decision, and there's not going to be a whole lot to do in this case. There's a video.
Right.
Well, two other things real quickly. The family was very strong in their commitment to work to repeal the stand your ground law or to amend it. And the legislature declined to have a special session. What's the plan on that?
Our plan is to work with legislators that actually want to either amend the law or either want to repeal it, work with possible governors to work to that end. Because as it stands now, you know, it's our position that you could shoot someone and just kind of get away with it as long as you say I was afraid and I was standing my ground. So we're willing to work with whomever is elected that to either amend or repeal this law.
Can you talk about the community support? Overwhelming. I mean, community support, outrage.
Right.
How much did that help with this case and with the decision?
I think
it wasn't just one family upset.
It was everyone, and what was so beautiful about it wasn't a black or white thing, it was a right or wrong thing. And it was so beautiful that, you know, I had friends who are Second Amendment gun-toting Republicans telling me, hey, Michelle, this is wrong, you know, and other friends, you know, pulling me aside that this is wrong. And I know Mike and Monica can attest that you guys had people from all walks of life, and I think that it kind of held them up. I mean, what do you think, Mike?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's been wonderful, to be honest with you. I mean, I've gotten a ton of phone calls, ton of emails. People around the world have been trying to get in contact with me, just giving me their support. Black, white, Mexican.
What are people saying to you? What are they?
Oh, they're just basically giving me their condolences and then just telling me to keep my head up and stay in the Bible, stay prayerful, and everything will work out.
How's that help?
Oh, tremendous. Tremendous. Yes.
You've been very vocal about wanting justice for your son.
Mm-hmm.
When you heard the news today, I mean, do you feel like this is justice? How are you feeling?
Well, I mean, just like I said before, this is on the step one. I mean, once we get this guy behind bars for good, or for at least 30 years, that's justice to me.
I remember when the sheriff had his last press conference and you were thinking, hey, he's gonna make this announcement, charges are gonna be filed, but then they weren't. Today, were you kind of reluctant to accept the news, or were you like finally?
I mean, like everybody else, finally, it's about time. I thought that the guy should have been arrested from day one, but it never happened. But when I got the news today, obviously I was happy, I was ecstatic about it, but, you know, I'm just sorry that it took so long, you know, 3 weeks later.
Yeah. All right, guys, one more question and we're gonna wrap up.
So it's the prosecutors that are gonna have to prove that it's not a stand your ground case. What do you think is the sole piece of evidence that would win them that?
The video.
Because a lot of our experts say that the video will help the other way.
No. And
You disagree?
Well, I think the experts need to really look at the stand your ground law. You know, you had asked a question about Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin's case helped evolve that law. And I think you have two prosecutors in this case. They know that law. They have tried many cases involving stand your ground. I actually tried one against them. So, and they are good. They know what they're doing. They know what facts they need. And I think some experts that you may be talking to probably haven't been in a courtroom trying that case for a long time, because the law has changed. And just like the sheriff kind of glossed over that aggressor section, that section is exactly what this case is about.
correct.
Have you guys had a chance to review the arrest warrant, and is there anything out of that that sticks out to you as a game changer?
No. I had the opportunity to look at the information that was filed and briefly look at the arrest warrant. There's not anything to me that sticks out as a game changer. I think it is consistent with Ms. Jacobs' testimony that she provided to the state. It's consistent with the video, and I think that once again, when we talk about stand your ground, we're also talking about being the initial aggressor, but we're also talking about Markeis had the right to do what he was doing at that time. He had the right to defend his family and to defend his children, and he used force, and he was met with deadly force, which there's nowhere under the law that you can do that. So we are very confident that as this case is evolving, that we believe there will be a conviction. Obviously, we are cautiously optimistic because we've been here before. We've been here with Trayvon Martin. We've been here before. But I do believe that these two prosecutors that are on this case are committed to making sure that a conviction will prevail. So thank you guys so much. We're about to exit. All right. Thank y'all.